Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So today is day 4 without stimming. This is a huge undertaking, 40 years in the making. I've been rocking for 40 years, and I'm gonna just talk to you about what's going on with me and what's being revealed, because I've basically have been running from my feelings for 40 years with various coping mechanisms, addictions, stimming. So I'm trying to nip it all in the bud, and it's bringing up a lot of uncomfortable feelings. So last night, 2:30 a.m., I couldn't sleep. Woke up to go to the bathroom, and my mind just started spinning with thoughts. Because we're gonna move back to Texas, Misha and I. And we've been here in the middle of the woods, nicely isolated for 3 years. And we're moving back to be closer to our family. So that's scary, because I'm not used to being around people. You know, they say people with autism or Asperger's, they can't, you know, they're awkward in social situations. They can't have eye contact for that long, and that's totally true. And I just quit rocking. 40 years of rocking. You know, I got to the point where I was rocking 15 hours a day. I don't have a job, I work from home, so I literally get up in the morning and start rocking, turn on some background music, and rock until bedtime. So a lot of stuff is coming up because I'm sitting still, I'm meditating, I'm doing breath work, I'm eating better, and doing exercise. Because I mean, filling 14 hours a day is going to be a huge undertaking. You know, I have to fill 14 hours a day that I rocked with something else. So my thoughts were spinning this morning. I was worried about moving to Texas. I was worried about money. I was worried about lots of things. So on the drive home, Misha was like, "What are you really worried about on this move?" And I basically was like, you know, probably having another panic attack in front of your family. And I'll let this car pass. Probably having another panic attack in front of your family and being embarrassed, looking stupid or crazy. And she's like, "Oh yeah, so your biggest fear is probably shame, right?" And so I thought about it for a minute, and I was like, "You're probably right. I'm really scared of shame. I've had guilt and shame my whole life. You know, when I started drinking, I had shame and guilt every morning when I was hungover. You know, alcohol alone is a guilt and shame creator. And Satan loves guilt and shame. Those are his two favorite tools. And my whole life has been shame. So I traced it back even further. I was like, what did I feel shame about when I was a young boy? And I remember that I used to wet the bed. And I think this is pretty normal for people that have abusive parents. You know, I was scared of my dad. And I think I was scared to go to the bathroom when I was a boy because I didn't want to get yelled at. So I used to wet the bed. And then I was wetting myself at school when I was like in 1st or 2nd grade. And I remember these cool kids laughing at me because my underwear was yellow. So I had tremendous shame around that. And a lot of people under a lot of stress growing up have bathroom issues because they're so stressed out. They can't really develop that section, that area of development. And I don't know what it is. I mean, if you're a doctor and you could leave a comment, but either way, it's messed up and it caused a lot of shame. And then I just kept doing shame and guilt. I would do things, I would get in trouble, I'd feel guilt and shame, and girls thought I was weird in school, and I could never get a girlfriend. There's just guilt and shame has been part of my life. And so this is day 4 of sitting with it and just letting it come to the surface. And you're going to feel a lot of energy, a lot of nervous energy. You might want to run from it, but just stay with it. So when I got up this morning, I sat with it, and I had a lot of nervous energy. I wanted to run. I wanted to break through the walls. I couldn't live with myself. So I started doing breathing, slow breathing. And I had a therapist one time say that, breathing, it's all about breathing. You should do breathing more, deep breathing. So I breathed in, counting to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then breathe in. You can also imagine that gold light energy is filling your body when you breathe in. And breathe through your nose. 1, 2, 3. See how it's building? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way up to your crown chakra. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you're breathing out, just picture all the toxins, all the shame, all the guilt leaving and going back into the earth through either roots or a shaft, a crystal shaft. But you're dumping all the toxins out on your exhale. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gold light fills your body. You can smile. Just feel that gold energy healing every cell of your body, removing all the guilt and shame, and then exhale it out and dump all of that back into the earth. So you're like a self-cleaning body, mind, and spirit. So I did that for about 20 minutes and I felt really good. I felt way better. All that nervous energy was gone. And I could continue the day. And I've been filling my day with activities, going into town, shopping. Now I'm walking. So basically I did the breath work this morning, and then we went into town, went to Starbucks, and now we got back and it's a beautiful day. So I was like, I'm gonna just go for a walk and talk about what I learned today. Because it's all about self-discovery, guys. You have to rediscover yourself. If you've been running and escaping and stimming like I have, and you just stop, you're going to have a lot of suppressed emotions come to the surface. And don't freak out. Try not to freak out about it. Try to let that stuff come out. This is stuff that your inner child wants to express. That, it got stifled and suppressed years ago. So I have an 8-year-old boy that's wanting to come out. And he's upset, he's scared, and he wants to run, but he also wants to play again. He wants to feel safe. And that gets back to the potty training. Maybe I didn't feel safe. I used to have a lot of gas pains too. And I remember I was at my dad's work. I was 12 years old. I had really bad gas pains. So I was sitting on the toilet and this customer walked in to my dad's business and he heard me crying in the bathroom and he's like, "What's wrong with your son?" And that created shame too, because I didn't know what was wrong with me and my lower intestines were in pain. And I think people that have a lot of stress, they hold it which creates constipation. So it all revolves around your potty training, or just your what do you call it? Your urinary, your I can't think of it. You know, that system takes care of your bathroom stuff. That gets all thrown out of whack when you're stressed out, and you got a stressed out dad who stresses you out, and then you have your friends that tease you. I was tag teamed. My dad was mean to me, and then I'd go to school and I attracted mean kids to me, so they would make fun of me. So not a lot of safety in that environment. So then I found alcohol, and it was a love-hate situation. I was 17 and drank my first sip of alcohol, and it felt like a miracle. It was like a magic carpet ride, and I could instantly feel it. And I could, right when I took a sip of wine cooler at a dance, all the stress of my dad and my life and bullies and all that just lifted off of me, and I felt free. I started laughing. I went up to the first girl I saw at the dance. I was like, hey, let's dance. My friends were still making fun of me, and I was like, I don't care, I'm dancing. You guys aren't, right? And alcohol just worked for so many years. And then it turned against me, and I started isolating even when I was drunk. Then I had less friends. Then guess what? I started pissing myself because I was so drunk. It wasn't a potty training issue anymore. It was me just being so inebriated that I couldn't hold my pee. So I was wetting the bed every night because I was drinking like 18 beers or a fifth every night, and almost killed myself. I laser focused in on the wrong thing. Now I want to laser focus on bringing Eric out into the full, being complete, just like you can. You can bring yourself out completely. You don't have to worry anymore. So I think you should start working on bringing your inner child out, doing some child work, doing some slow breathing like I just showed you. And we're gonna go far with this. This is only day 4. And I already feel a little more peppy, a little more cheerful. I mean, of course, this morning sucked. But right now, 4 hours later, I'm like, this is a great life. I'm excited. I'm unpacking stuff that I haven't felt for 40 years. It's all been stunted from alcohol, from rocking, from stimming, from tapping, from whistling, from humming, from pacing, from rocking. 40 years of running. It gets so exhausting. Look at that, it's so quiet. That's North Carolina for you. I don't know if you can see this. I can't really see it. There's a house down there. It's got an old tin roof. But North Carolina, there's a lot of heart here. The air is so fresh. Remember we used to play? We wouldn't want to come in. You know, our moms would call us in for dinner. We'd be like, oh, come on, just another 5 minutes. Or it's 9 or 10 at night. They're like, come on, it's bed, come on inside. And they're like, no, I just want to play a little bit longer. Where did that go? There's no reason why we can't feel that way now. Whether you're 40 or 50, 60, they always say, how they say that old people act like children again? Some people call it senility. Oh, they're just senile. It's like, well, they could just be blissed out, and they know that childhood was their most favorite time and they're reliving it before they die. Why can't that be it? Why can't that be the story? Why is everyone so quick to put some fake scientific, limitation on everything? Like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you'll die if you don't eat food for 5 days, you'll die. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Scientists have always been the last to keep up, it seems like, for a lot of things. They're like, oh, well, we knew that, we just didn't have enough data. Yeah, right. So guys, it's about us. It's about enlightening ourselves and ascending, raising our vibration, turning off the news and all that crap on social media. They don't know what they're talking about. You have the truth inside of you. It's inner truth. It's intuitive. It's a gut feeling. It's a heart feeling. You have all the devices you need to sense the truth. It's all inside of you. So sit still and don't worry if you feel like freaking out, because it'll get better and better. And I feel completely alive. It's worth it. It's worth those minutes of depression and you feel like you're gonna tear your hair out. It's worth all of that to feel moments like this where everything's perfect. It's sunny, I'm alive, I'm healthy, I'm losing weight, I'm 48, and I'm just beginning my life, because I spent 40 years of it rocking. But God told me that that was my gift. You rock for 40 years, you'll have a tremendous testimony to share and to inspire others. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you tomorrow.